From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back to East Texas Live on KETK. Joining us now is Coleman. He is with the Better Business Bureau. We're chatting a little bit how to avoid scams when it comes to these rough times we've been facing lately. We've had lots of tornadoes, just severe weather in general, and unfortunately a lot of people have been affected by that. But they're also being affected by scams.
Yeah, so one of the inherent problems that storms cause is not only the damage with the storms, but you have these fly-by-night contractors that come almost immediately afterwards, and they're saying we can fix these things and we can do these things and we can all do it right now, so long as you pay us right now. And the easiest way to recognize these folks is, one, if you've never really seen their company before. If it seems out of place, it probably is. But if they're using really high pressure tactics, they're super aggressive in trying to sell you the product, and specifically if they're saying, pay me right now. No good contractor is going to force you to do a payment up front in full. So unfortunately, you know, we've had the tornadoes and we'll likely have more things happening throughout the year. So if you're in an area that gets impacted by storms, maybe it's floods, tornadoes, whatnot, always be on the lookout for what happens immediately after. And these folks that come up claiming they can fix things at a low cost, but a cost that you have to pay immediately. And in reality, you give them the money, they never do the work, and they're gone. So you have to be very aware that, unfortunately, we just live at a time where this is very real, and it's happening all the time. Any type of weather disaster thing happens. Right.
Yeah, especially here. I mean, we're severe weather season, so it's something really important that you guys need to watch out for. What are some things that people should look out for? I know you said a few, but especially when they need a project done.
Well, okay, so obviously if you know you need something done, here's a couple of things that we recommend. Number one, get multiple quotes. Trust me, there are more than one business that can do a lot of storm damage repair, trees, roofs, etc. So you always want to get multiple quotes. So keep this in mind. The lowest price doesn't always mean the best option. Take things in like price, but then how quickly can they get it done? Are they going to do cleanup, etc.? You always want to get everything in writing. If you don't understand what you're buying, don't sign off on it. Make sure everything is very clear. Verify they have all licenses and insurance, so if something goes wrong or maybe something breaks, there is some coverage there for both them as the business and yourself as the homeowner. And obviously at the bottom, never pay for it up front. We often recommend maybe in thirds, a third to get started, a third in the middle, and a third when you're done. You can do a half and half kind of thing, half up front, half when it's over, but you never want to pay for it in full at the very beginning. And one more thing I like to add, so many mistakes are often made because people act on emotion. They're emotional, their home has been damaged, their yard has been damaged, something has been damaged, they need it fixed right now. Instead, just step away for a minute and say, let's hire someone respectable and trustworthy. It might take a week, but they'll do it right, as opposed to somebody who will do it now. And then you have bigger problems because now they've taken your money and they're gone.
Yeah, and then you're out of money and you still have this big mess.
Yeah, and your house is still damaged, or your yard is still damaged, your trees are still not. So take a step away. Don't act on emotions. What they say, always the worst decisions made on emotions. So step away, take some time, do your homework, do those things we listed, and you'll get things taken care of in a much more reasonable and often more cost-effective manner. Right,
and you know, the biggest piece of advice that you always give every time you're on, which is just something that should just stick in every scenario,
remember,
is just do your research.
Yeah. Would you hire someone that you don't know? Would you hire somebody that you've never done research on? Read reviews on them, read complaints, read other people, get recommendations. Would you just say, I'm going to take that guy, I'm going to take that gal? No, you would want to do your research on anything, so you always just do your homework, make the best choice for yourself, and it's going to work out.
And unfortunately, some people are hearing this advice a little too late. Really quickly before we end, what can they do if they have been scammed?
Okay, if you have been scammed and you paid, say, via credit card, paid via debit card, you need to contact your financial institution immediately. You need to say, here are the approximate dates, here are the approximate amounts, if you see any charges, etc. You want to dispute those immediately. Most financial institutions are very, very good about helping you dispute, which is key here. Never pay in cash. Because unfortunately, when you give cash, it's gone.
Yeah,
so you don't want to pay in cash. And if you can remember the name of the company or the name of the person, file a complaint with us here at BBB. Put it on the BBB scam tracker so we can tell people, hey, look, there are these people operating on this name that are doing these things, and hopefully we can prevent someone else from being a victim.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Coleman, for coming on and sharing this. Remember this advice, people.
Yep.
We are still in severe
because
weather
Carson
season.
cannot make the weather not be terrible.
Yeah, he can't
and it's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again. Awesome, Coleman. Thank you very much.